Yo, Mr. Gotha Funk. Well, I read your message below your video first before I look at your video, because it is a touchy subject, sex and children. Especially on web, there's lots of creeps there. So I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying that I was checking out what I know you're a good guy. You make good videos usually, so I did stop by anyways. So I did check in. I started the video. I enjoyed it because you speak very wisely, for my matter, what I see as a parent. Yeah, I got a 14-and-a-half-year-old, and well, actually, the story starts when he was young and everything. Well, he was going to school and little girls and everything, so I had to put up some challenges up to his knowledge of knowing things, of making just the difference between a little girl and a little boy, that they're not made, and not going in necessarily in details, but started at a certain young age to make him understand that you don't wrap a little girl's ass at school just because you have this feeling inside, because it's still a human. He has this instinct that's going to come out of and well, you're in a society where sometimes a child detects an action without you even knowing that he detected it somewhere outside in a bus or whatever, and the little kid sometimes misunderstands what he sees, so he goes maybe a little further, or maybe he's shy. But anyways, just to tell you that we're not always there. Mostly we want to be there, but a child is very lit up there. He's not stupid. So I guess the fastest that you can introduce him to this world of sexuality or relationship, because there are emotions implicated in having a relationship with a person, a sexual relationship, you got to be at ease with the fact that the person goes elsewhere or leaves you right after, if that's only sex you want. Now this person has to be ready for this, because if he's not expecting this, there's not just a question of physical, there's all emotional factor that comes in the hand of the situation. And there's also the relationship. It's something that sometimes if you don't watch out, it starts something you don't want to or or you didn't need at the time, but I wouldn't say to abort the baby. I'd say live with it. There's no big problem. Well, but telling my kid about it, the situation and the dangers of it, is something that's normal. Like the sexuality, we're not in the 1950s, we're in the 2000 there. Like there's everywhere sex. And well, what's it doing? My point of view, what it's doing to society, it's creating a two-dimensional emotional relationship between men and women, and creates other factors too. These factors I've spoken to my child about, what homosexuality or whatever, or anyways, I have my point of views about this. Not that I have something against homosexuality, but I do not, for me, approve it, because I'm not homosexual, so I wouldn't approve my actions, and I would put that in the situation as something that could be, it's something that he's going to define for himself, but it's something that's in the game too. I mean, there's lots of situations that implicates just the word sex. And talking about danger, now we're not talking about the getting AIDS and everything. Now that's another factor, because you can be in love with the person and everything seems nice, but AIDS is pretty subtle, and well, you got to watch for this factor. And well, that's when I use the TV, I use the movies. Like when he was young, 4, 5, 6 years old, sometimes on TV there was situations just kissing or just partly undressing at first, and they changed it. But still, I learned to my kid to put his hands in front of his eyes, explaining to him that these are things that he's not ready for in details. Now these are things that are related to family, woman, man, babies. But I didn't get into details because I told him he didn't need it at the moment. But when he felt and when I saw that he was eventually in the years that have passed by checking out, and I let him go, you know, I didn't insist. When he was ready, he took his eyes out and I checked him out, and I started talking to him, questioning him. At first he's very shy, because I'm talking about something that's taboo there. I taught him it was taboo, but I must take him out of the taboo too. That's also for me a part of the evolution of the way I'm teaching my kid about sexuality. Now we all have different strokes, but that's the way I'm putting myself out like this, because I find your video very cool and very open-minded about something that's a disaster in life everywhere. We're talking about AIDS, whatever other things you can get, babies not wanted, young girls getting raped. People don't know the difference between a baby, a child, a kid, and an adult. Even though he's 14, he's legally allowed to have sex, but is the child ready to be encountered, especially by a mature person? That's past a level of education. Sometimes people abuse this. Now that's where I'm, for the sake of the whole, I would rather have laws about this. Now this is a big contradiction I had with some people on my other channels about one situation, and I told my my way of thinking about this. Now wait a minute, before 12 it's pedophile, and 13 you're okay, you're not a pedophile. No, that's cradle snatching, but still there's a 2 years. It's the same factor. I mean, at 14, if I'm a 47-year-old man, it's not my fucking duty or whatever I want to do to get a 14-year-old girl in my bed. It's not my fucking trip. I mean, I've gone higher stages, and what they learn, I mean, I don't want to learn, and I don't want to learn somebody. We still stay open-minded all our lives, but up to a certain point I know my limits, and that's a child for me. At 14, 18, even 21 is still a child for me. It's all a question of in the head. It's not just a question of if you have a nice body or what, or it's a pack of whatever. So in all this that I'm talking about, who I am, I'm transmitting to my kid my certain knowledge, but I give him the choice of having the reflex of doing what he wants with it. Now that's the last part he's got to have to assume. And what else? Wow. That's it. That's all. I think I said everything I had to say. And rock on, man. Good videos.